So we have discussed in last 4 classes about the introduction to Power BI. Then we have started with some visuals. Then advanced visuals are touched upon. Then we have a query editor. Then finally, our workshop has come to an end where we will be creating a dashboard. So, is there any doubts or something from the last classes? Have you done your practice? No, yes, no reply.
Yes, ma'am, a bit, not completely.
Okay. Yeah, you can practice by your own. If you find any difficulty, our group is still going to be working to be active. So if you find any difficulty, any point of time, you can always call me or Vani ma'am. We will be there to help you. Right. So as we have already discussed about the things in the Power BI, like you have to consider the data, then you have to connect with the data, and then you have to look for the query, look for the there is a discrepancy or something with your data, and then it can be finally you can start making your visuals. We have discussed most of the visuals, around 15-20 visuals we have already discussed. Right. So when we talk about the dashboard is something which comes, which is for certain goal or certain purpose. Right. So up to now, we have taken small problems and created small reports, report view or visual view. But when we talk about the dashboard is for a particular purpose. It is for the different levels. Like say when I will say that I want to create a dashboard for for say the owner of the company, right? So the dashboard perspective is going to be something different, right? And if I say that my dashboard, I want to create a dashboard for a team leader. So the perspective or dashboard is different. So it can be, dashboard can be made for the different levels of organization. It can be for the different purpose, for the goal of that particular, it may be department wise, it may be, when we talk about the marketing department can create their own dashboard. Right. And then, so it can be like further, you can have a common dashboard where your management or say take a proper decision. So there can be a perspective. So when you look for a data, the perspective of the data is has to be like in the small exercise we have concern about how you can take them like how the measures are important, how the dimensions are important. What are the dimensions like say when we talk about the category, when we talk about some dimensions, it can be profit, it can be discount, it can be sales. So how they are important for any organization, for the perspective of the trend, for the perspective of the growth of the organization, how they are going to help. So when we talk about, we have taken one data set and try to understand that particular data set, and that data set is the super store database. So Superstore database, that is where we have seen that there are different categories, there are different states, there are different like segment which are there. So there are altogether, there are different aspects which are there, which can give you a different dimensions of the study, and how you can focus on a particular trend line or maybe particular growth of the organization. So if you can, so the first step while you are creating a dashboard or when you have a data in place, so the first thing that you have to do is you have to analyze the data first, right? So whether it can be a dashboard you want to create for maybe in Excel, or it can be created in Tableau, but the perspective remains the same. So you have to first look for the data and try to identify that what are the key parameters for my dashboard and how I have to go about. So there has to be required a proper planning for the data which you are using for your dashboard. So if I start with the data which we have already used is the Superstore data, and try to identify how I can look for that particular data for further to create a dashboard. When I compare the dashboard, I have like say there is a report view which is a quite powerful tool in case of Power BI. And it has a desktop version. That is one of the advantage of the Power BI that is there. It has where you can include or where you can add upon the filters which is there, which is not there in their like dashboard. So when we take when you see the difference between the report view and the dashboard. So if you can see the difference between the two, because in the Tableau, we say that there is no report view, there is only the dashboard, right? So when, and the dashboard is quite popular, and because of the dashboard, you are able to do certain analysis, and it is going to help you altogether for creation of the dashboard and do the analysis and everything. So when you are using the Power BI, so you can see that the Power BI is something where you can Power BI is something you can find out that it has a popularity in the report view. And report view is quite popular. So if you see certain videos which are available in the net, they are creating a report view and call it as a dashboard. Because the dashboard purpose is something which is going to be solved by, because what we want in the dashboard, we want a certain things to be applied on the dashboard. That is, we want filters to be there, we want sliders to be there, and that is something which I can be using in my report view as well. So that's why the report view is quite popular. But in case of Power BI, they had given a special term for the dashboard. So what you have to do is you have to publish you have to create different pages. You have to publish those pages. It will be creating a app.powerbi.com. You have to go there, and there is an option of option of dashboard, where in the dashboard you have to just add all the slides, because yesterday we have some of are having the problem for login to that. So if you are not able to log in, you are not able to use I will show you how to go about it. If you are not able to log in, then you are not able to use the web services. Power Web Services. So that's why the dashboard option is not there. But the dashboard option, because if you see the desktop view, there is no dashboard option which is available. The dashboard option, once you publish the file, and you can see that there is my space which is available. In the My Workspace, you can create the report view there itself, or what you can do is you can, because there are more features in the report view in the desktop dashboard. So you can create your everything here, then you can publish it. And once you had published, then that will available for the dash. But when I compare the dashboard and the report view, so report view is quite like friendly as compared to the dashboard, but there is a different concept of dashboard. So that's why you should know how to create, because both are the different things. It is said that the report view is for limited to a particular department or something, but when we talk about the dashboard, it is a comprehensive view. Overview of the organization. So how they have differentiate between a report view and the, when we see the option wise, there are availability of all the options in the report view are much more as compared to the dashboard interface. Maybe the paid version where you can get the other options as well, but for the unpaid version, there are very limited limited options which are available in the dashboard when we go for app.power.bi. So I will show you that also. But to start with, we just quickly look for the key indicators, right? So as we have already used the sum of the key elements of this particular table. So if I go for a key elements, like say, if I want to look for, so what I can do is I can create certain objectives. If I say I will be creating the 5 objectives and try to relate those 5 objectives in my dashboard. So when I say I want to, my first objective is I want to see because the main 2 things which are important, that is the profit and sales, right? So I want to see my overall sales or my sales and profit month-wise, right? So what can be my first delivery? My first delivery will be, I will be considering the month from the order. So that is important. And secondly, I can be considering my 2, that is the sales and profit, right? So there can be these 2 which are important, that is the sales, and the another one is the profit, which is important. Similarly, when you go for when you can move further, you can find out that what else is important, what else containers are important, right? So I say that there is a profit which is important. So when we talk about the measures, there are 2 measures where you can do the measuring, that is the sales and profit, which are important. And when we talk about the categories, there are 1 category, that is I can select the month from the order date. I can go for segment, that is again important prospect for me. Then I will go for maybe city or state, right? So I go for state, that is again important because the country remains the same, the city as well as I think there is some wrong data set in it. Then you can have the category and subcategory, right? So I can go for the product category and subcategory instead of going for the product name, because product name can be, instead of product name, I can look for the major category, how they are important. And region, again, I will look for the region, because the region is again one of the important, like say if the company has divided the 5 region, which region is doing better, in which project, in which product, in which category, in which segment, right? Was the sales as well as the profit, which is important. So the first and the foremost thing is you have to identify what are the key parameters is going to be help me in my dashboard. Now we will be using all these key parameters, and we will be using filter also, right? So filters can be like say you can have segment, you can have region based on the priority, based on the requirement. You can report, so you can report for the categories as well, what you want to take in the filter. So I have just identified all the key elements. Now what can I do is, because there may be some people who has maybe joining for the first time. So I just start with the data. So I click on the data, I add that data, I click on the data, I import the data from the Excel. So apart from Excel, we have seen that we can take from PDF, we have take from web also, right? So it will take a little bit time where I want this data to be populated. Right. So sorry. Yeah. So these are the 3 tables we have discussed. So I am loading these 3 tables. identify. So the tables are comes under the data. Right, so it is sort of revision where if you have stuck somewhere in the flow, because there are many things which are available. So it will be taking little time to load the data. Once it is loading, then it will, once it is loaded, then it will be coming under the data tab. Right. So based on the first objective, so our first objective we can create with respect to the sales and profit with month, right? So if I go for sales and profit with month, so I can create a visual. I can create a visual and then I can select. So I have created the visual, and where my two important parameters, I can go for maybe for the line chart, because I want to consider both the parameters, which is my sales and profit. So I can take sales. I can, so by default, it will be creating a chart for me. And if you want anything to be changed, you can do that. Right. And I take order date, which is nothing but considered to be the. So I take the order date. Okay, it is taking some. So maybe in the x-axis, there will be the order date. Right. So you can see that the order date, which has been considered as 4,000 or something, right? So there is wrong with the data. As we have corrected it, so we have to correct it right now only. So I just have to go to the data view. I have to correct the data, which is not in the proper format. So the data can be corrected as the format of the data. You have to go to the transform, you have to go to manage relationship, right? We have to go to home, then there is a transform data. Go to transform data, there will be a pop-up where it will be helping you to change in the data set. So I'm just changing the data. Because this is again a pop-up, so that's why I have to stop the share and share it again. Power BI query editor. So now we are in Power BI query editor. Now you can change the date, and the date properties can be there is the format must be available. Okay, there is a whole number. It is by default a whole one number. You have to make it as a date. Right, replace the current. Similarly, ship date, we are not using it, but you can get it changed to the date. So you have to first go to the query editor, transform the data set which are available. You have to check with all the data types, which are whether it is proper or not. If it is here, it is written as ABC, means it is a character data type. If it is a number, then 1, 2, 3. If it is a date, then date. If it is a, there are another more data types are there. Just that is one is the geographical, which is there. Then I think they have not mentioned. So it is ABC 1, 2, 3. So there are 2, 3 data types and the date, which are the data types which are mentioned here. So I can save here, like I can apply. I can apply and save and close this sheet. So it is recorded. Then I close this sheet. I'm not going for the connection because we are not using so far. So I just want to use the Power BI. So now we can go to the visual view again. Now, because we have changed the data type, but it is not visible here. So what I can do is I have to refresh the data set because the data type is changed, but it is not reviewed here. So now you can see that there are the data types, which is 2007 year, which has come up to be 2017, 18, and 19. Right. So it is coming up to be, if you see the date which is coming, right? The date which is coming as, if you can see that now it is coming as the date hierarchy because you have changed the date type. So I don't want the order date. I want only the month, right? I want the month-wise details. So I can select the month and based on the month, there is a detail which is there. So this is a month-wise sales which is there. You can add a filter. I can add a filter to this. I can say that what is my filter item, which has been already, I can have a filter item as, because when you are making a dashboard, you have to apply the filter, then only that filter will work, right? Because for the simple report view, if you had created, if you have added any slicer or any tab for anything, then that will automatically work, right? So if I add a slicer here and I say, oh, sorry. So I create a slicer as a separate visual. And what I want in the slicer, I want the data field to be maybe the state, right? So I can see the profit based on the details of the one state, right? How you can see that how it is rising the sales and declining the profit, right? So state-wise, you can easily find out. So I can use this state-wise for the other graphical also. So I want it to be kept in my sheet, right? So that you can change the color of the page. We have discussed in the first class. You can add a title to the dashboard, like you can take the text and the text you can write the value as maybe the text can be so title is off right now. So title you can have title you can have Superstore dashboard. Right, so you can make it fancy, you can make it bold, you can make it bigger, right? Then you can color if you want. So this small things we have already discussed in the in last 4 classes. So you can make it as a top, center align, you can put it at the top, right? You have to adjust all the things in the page itself. So we have done with the sales profit. Now I can move to the second visual, which may be the segment wise. If I want to use the segment wise sales and I want to use the pie chart, right? So I can go for maybe profit or sales. So I can go for first profit. So I can have a profit, and the second thing is I can go for segment. So I can select the segment from here. Right, so segment wise consumer, which is mentioned here, which is considered if you want to the display the name here only, you do not want the legend to be applied, you can do that. So we have the month-wise sales, we have the segment-wise profit, segment-wise profit we have. Now, if you want a sales, region-wise sales, right? So we can have another visual. So select here, then you can have another visual. And that visual, you can have maybe the pie bar chart, where you can select the region, where you can select the sales. Right? So you can have, okay, so region wise sales, because it is already being selected. So that's why it is belonging to a particular region. So that's why it is giving as this thing. So I can select all, I can click here, it will be selected all. Okay, so I have to basically put the conditions for where I can get the select all options. And if I press on control, I can have multiple options to be selected, right? So if I want the filter, if I want a filter to be for the month, for the like state has to be there or not has to be, I think there must be some filter visual which is there. Okay, so this we have what all you want. You want region wise we have already considered. Now segment wise we have considered one pie chart. Now you can move to the category wise. If I consider category wise, then product and subcategory, right? So if I want to create a chart, maybe a table kind of thing where I can provide the details of the product category and the sales. So I select the table. The next visuals will be maybe the table where I have the details of the categories, right? Subcategory or category you can take. So there is a category. I choose the category as one. Then I choose the subcategory maybe. Yeah, there is a subcategory. There is a subcategory, and I can select the subcategory, right? And also I can put the sales or profit, right? I can put the sales in. So this is the summary of the sales which is there for all the rates. So there can be another visuals I can move. So you have to basically be good enough for placing all everything in the dashboard in a single page, and try to convey some message, or it has to be targeted. It has to be targeted to a specific thing. Right, so we have done with all most of the things. The only thing is the product name, which is there. So product ID, category, I think we have covered. So let's try that. What all we have covered? We had covered the category. We have covered the customer, the region or the region which is covered, then year, month-wise details you have covered, you have taken the region, you have taken the segment, right? So I want to apply the filter for month as well, right? So again, what I can do is I can take a slicer then again, because if I want to use one more filter, and I can take the filter for maybe for year, right? I want to see the year-wise details, how it can be managed. So this is a slider by default, like you can see that when I have considered when I have considered the names, or it has automatically given me the filter, right? And when you choose the number, it will give you a slider, right? So you can see that if you create, or if you go for this slider, right, say it is this thing, then this is right. So it will be according to the year. So the slider can be used for all the numbers. By default, it will take as a slider. If you want to filter, then you can change it to filter option. You can go to the filter option, and then you can change the visual to maybe the filter. There must be some option where you can consider, instead of slider, you can consider it to the filter as well. So by default, it will come as a slider for all the numbers. Right. So if you want a certain category to be considered, if you want a certain category, like say, I will take maybe a donut, or I will take a tree map first, right? So I will take a tree map. So it is, you have all the visuals available. The only thing is you have to see that which particular visuals will help me in this. Oh, okay. I can take a map also, right? So I can take a map. I can drag and drop the map. And I can go for maybe the profit, right? So I can select the profit. And in the map, it has to be a state, right? So I can select the state for the map. Right? So you can see the profit is there. If you want to have a sales data also, so it can be filled with the sales data. Or I can remove the profit, then I can see what is my sales data. So as we have discussed, you can change it is showing you the different states if you can move on. So you can say that the sum of sales which has been displayed, and there is much more in California as compared to if you want to display the label. So you can display the label as well. So this is how you can create as we have created the as we have created the report view. Report view has been created based on the filters that you want. Like Power BI, you don't have to apply, or you don't have to give the separate filter, but it will automatically map, or you don't have to assign something. But in Excel and in Tableau, you have to assign that while changing this particular filter, what all is going to be changed. So if I change any of this, like say, if I change, I want to see the West, right? So you can change that. It has been changed from in all the tables. If I want to change the segment, if I change the segment according to the segment, because it has a region with profit with the sales. So this is the total region, and this much is for that particular region. Even if you look for only for the bookcases, right? If you want to see the bookcases, then these are the countries, or these are which are involved in the bookcases. If you want to see the furniture, then if you select the furniture, this is the data for the furniture which is there, right? So if you want to go for country wise, you can either select from this, or if you want to, so like this is something which is highlighted. If you select this, then accordingly you will be getting the changes. So in this way, you can create a dashboard, and a dashboard can be created based on any data which you have. There has to be a certain purpose. Purpose can be the overall result of the even semester examination for BBA and MBA, UG and PG. It can be for focus to only one year data, or it can be focused to the full batch data. How many students are placed, how many. So you can create a dashboard, you can put everything based on the selection. You can have the people who has scored more than this, like first 10 students, and the more package, you can find out the relationship between the students who have scored the marks with their placement package. Is the relationship is positive or not? Right, at the time of admission, they have given the GD and PIs or the MAT score. You can compare the MAT score with the placement package also. Right, so there are multiple ways where you can have a relationship, where you can find out, where you can tell them what kind of things that can be achieved. So this is what is we have created a report view, right? Most of the time, the report view is something which is called as the dashboard only, because as I had already discussed that the report view has a filter which is not there in dashboard. So report view is more powerful in Power BI. But there is a dashboard option also. So I quickly show you, like say, if I have created page 1, if I also create the second page as in terms of say month and maybe sales, I am randomly creating some of the more pages so that I can show you how the dashboard works, right? And what is the purpose of dashboard, and what are the different steps where you can create, or how steps for creating a dashboard. So 3, I have taken a pie chart. Then I will be taking say category, right? And maybe the profit. Right, and the chart I want is the pie chart. Right, so I have created 2 visual, right? So when you see that there is an option called as the publish, right? So once you click on this publish, save changes, right? What name you, but it is going to, I am going to. So it has to be actually given or creating a share for me. Publish the inline or the Power BI service. I don't know, it has to be share. Okay, here it has come as the workspace. I want it to be available on my workspace. So I've given as test right? I can open this Power BI in this thing. So you can see that there will be a new option which will be available as app.power.bi. So I will be sharing again because it is a web.
I guess this is a paid service, ma'am. Mobile Power BI.
Power BI is a paid service, maybe.
Yeah.
But I just want them to show the because it has already opened. Right. So once you publish, if you go to app.powerbi.com, so this is it will go to the Microsoft Edge and open this page, right? So you can see that this is the interface which is there, which is a quite not very good interface. So here what all are the steps that you have to do is you have to go, you can see that these are the 3 pages which are there, right? So we have create a Superstore dashboard, we have create the page 2 and page 3. Page 2 is there and page 3 is there, right? So the next step is you have to pin this, right? You have to pin all the sheets which you want to be considered for your dashboard. So this is how you can create individual sheets, then pin it to a new dashboard, which you have created, maybe my first dashboard 1, right? So if you click on this, if you click pin on this, so this will be coming to your dashboard. So if you want a mobile layout account or the dashboard account, right? So there is an option also. So in the similar way, you can go to the another page, you go to the pin it to the dashboard. So this is how you can add all the pages to my dashboard, pin it, right? And then again, maybe one first page also you can create. Then you find it in the, so this is showing you the pages as well, right? You can, what all you find out that is available in your My Workspaces. So My Workspaces may you can see that my dashboard 1, and these are the 2 screens which I have added to my dashboard. So this is how you can create the dashboard, but in Power BI, what is my suggestion is the report view is much more powerful as compared to dashboard. But dashboard, you must know that how to create a dashboard. And most of the time, you will find that the report view is considered to be a dashboard only.
So, ma'am, can we do editing in this?
Yeah, you can do editing. There's an edit option, but yeah. When if you have to change anything in this particular chart, then it has to be you have to do the changes in the original chart. That is the difference between the report view, because report view we will be doing there itself. But if you want to do editing, then you can edit and you will be getting all the options which are available. So edit, once you click on edit, these are the options which are available. Supposingly you want to change the chart or something. So you have changed the chart. I have to select the same chart. And if you have done some editing and once you save it, then it will be available in your dashboard. So dashboard where you can't change directly. So this is the difference between the two. In report view, you can change directly, but in dashboard, you can't change directly. But you have to go to the individual sheet and change. Now you can save, I think by default it is on net, so it is being saved. Now you can go to dashboard 1 and see the changes which are there. So I think you have to do the refresh or something if it is not coming. or it may be you have to, because this report has been created in the report in that view, Power BI desktop. So maybe you have to change that and then you have to upload again if it is not changing here. But the main difference is that if you want to change anything, you have to create, go to the main sheet and then you can change. But if you want to get the paid version, in the paid version, then the Power BI desktop is free. But if you go for the paid version, you will be getting the dashboard there itself in the interface only. So that will be helpful if you are using the option. If you are using the like paid version, then you can easily create the dashboard. So I think I have given you an overview of because we have done so much of exercises where we have gone in depth of creating the dashboards, creating the sheets, right? Looking after the report, query editor.
मैम
Yeah.
ये जो विजुअलाइजेशन आपने कल बताए थे ना, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट आईडी से लॉगिन करेंगे, बट उसके बाद भी नहीं हो रहा है, तो हमारे में तो ज्यादा विजुअलाइजेशंस नहीं आ रहे हैं, कैसे यूज करें उसको?
Data visualization, yeah, there is a constraint where the data visualization can only come in the Microsoft. आपका Microsoft account है? You are using
यस मैम, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट अकाउंट है, कभी भी नहीं हुआ.
हाँ नहीं, there are some paid apps also. आपने कोई paid app तो नहीं try करी? Because paid app में one of the app which I have clicked on is the paid app. तो
वो
उसको
मैंने
मुझे
पेड
mail
ऐप तो नहीं ट्राई की थी, मैंने माइक्रोसॉफ्ट आईडी डाल के देखा, बट
हाँ।
स्टिल वो तभी भी नहीं हुए.
कभी भी नहीं हुआ.
Which chart you were trying? Which visual you tried?
जो हमने कल ट्राई किए थे वो.
हाँ, उनमें से ही थे. मैं अभी फिर से आपको दिखाती हूँ, एक मिनट खोलना पड़ेगा. मेरा नेटवर्क भी आज बहुत स्लो है.
You want to share?
यस मैम, एक सेकंड,
Yes.
थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे नेटवर्क इशू है, तो
Hmm.
यहाँ जोधपुर में बहुत बारिश है, तो नेटवर्क नहीं आ रहा आजकल.
So today, like, we will be ending the session at 3:15. All right. So, like, after your queries, I want to request everyone to switch on your cameras for the feedback. And if you have any other query, please ask, and then we can go
मैम,
ahead.
माय स्क्रीन इज विजिबल ना?
Yeah.
ओके, तो ये मेरा माइक्रोसॉफ्ट अकाउंट है, मैं जो डाल रही हूँ उस पे. ठीक है, मैंने इसको कंटिन्यू किया, बट कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा तभी भी. आउटलुक अकाउंट से भी नहीं हो रहा, मैंने माइक्रोसॉफ्ट अकाउंट डाला है भी. कल मैंने काफी रात तक ट्राई किया था, नहीं हुआ ये. यार यहाँ नेटवर्क नहीं आ रहा है.
हाँ, आई थिंक अब हो जाएगा शायद, क्योंकि आपका यहाँ पे आने लग गया ना माइक्रोसॉफ्ट. अच्छा, यहाँ पे साइन इन में देखो, देयर हैज टू बी द डिटेल्स. यदि यहाँ नहीं आ रहा है तो इट मींस देयर इज सम प्रॉब्लम.
अपना ऊपर वाला अकाउंट ही यूज कीजिए ना, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट वाला, बिकॉज अगर आपका साइन इन में इफ योर फोटो, योर नेम इज नॉट देयर, इट मींस यू आर नॉट साइन इन टू द, हाँ, टू द सॉफ्टवेयर.
दिस इज नॉट साइंड इन, अदरवाइज यहाँ पे आपका ईमेल आ जाता, फोटो आ जाता, व्हाटएवर आईडी यू आर यूजिंग.
मैडम एक्सक्यूज मी, am I audible मैडम?
आउटलुक वाले से करें ना?
यस, फर्स्ट वन.
मैंने दोनों से ट्राई किया, किसी से भी नहीं खुल रहा. यूट्यूब पे भी वीडियोस देखे, बट उसमें भी कुछ नहीं समझ आया.
It should be the licensed version. Jyoti, yours is licensed?
नो मैम.
हाँ.
उसकी वजह से हो सकता है, देयर मस्ट बी प्रॉब्लम, क्योंकि हमारा जो अमेठी वाला है दैट इज अ लाइसेंस्ड वन.
Yeah.
जो मेरा माइक्रोसॉफ्ट अकाउंट है वो आईआईटी जोधपुर का है, लाइसेंस अकाउंट है वो. तो
Then speak to your IT person. That would be helpful. Okay, so because this is technical issue, I would say there might be some issue with the Outlook account only. और हो सकता है आपके IT department ने कुछ block किया हो या something like that, no?
No, I'm
So
not
you
talking IT, ma'am. IIT.
No,
IIT.
IIT, I know, IT person I'm
IT
saying.
person,
From
IT
your
Okay,
manager.
okay,
university.
yeah. I'll confuse.
IT person, any IT, like,
Okay,
no?
okay, okay.
Yeah.
ठीक है।
Hmm.
मैंने इसको कई बार ट्राई किया, ये कल भी नहीं हुआ। मैंने बाकी बनाए थे, आपने जो दिए थे, काम किया था वो मैंने इतना। ये वो फिर मैं आपको स्क्रीनशॉट शेयर कर दूंगी।
या आप मुझे स्क्रीनशॉट शेयर कर देना, मैं भी देखूंगी if there is any other option so that you can log in.
Okay, ma'am.
Can we do the word cloud in Power BI? That I have to search for, Dr. Saroj. I have to look for this option, whether there is an option for word cloud or not. There must be something because there must be doing some analysis or something. So it must be, but we are not using the text data in it because most of the data that what we are using is the quantitative data. So, but again, there must be some options, so that has to be searched upon because there are different apps. I think the apps, maybe you find something related to word cloud.
So there is no specific menu for word cloud.
Any specific about word cloud?
Any specific menu for word cloud or app for word cloud?
There must be some app because most of the visuals which we are not there as we can see the app, right? So like Gantt chart or any other thing which is not available in the list of the visuals. So
Madam, you are not audible.
now I am audible.
Yes, yes, audible,
Okay.
audible.
So I'm saying that because if you are not finding anything in the interface of Power BI desktop, right? So they have given the add-ins. So add-ins may like we go for more visuals. So there must be something for word cloud. So I
Yes,
think you can
okay,
search
ma'am.
there. So there must be something for word cloud also.
Ma'am,
I have to
Hannah
check. I
talking,
will check
एक
and
minute.
revert back.
And any other similar analysis like word cloud? Any other similar analysis like word cloud?
That I will let you know. I have to check.
हेलो मैम,
Yes, Sonu.
आपने जो एक माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एज वाला जो स्टार्ट किया था ना, वो मोमेंट मेरा मिस हो गया था। क्या एक बार उसको रिपीट कर सकते हैं आप?
Which one?
माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एज, जब आप चार्ट बना रहे थे ना, ऐड कर रहे थे ऑनलाइन power.bi से app.power.bi.
app.power.bi. So मैंने publish किया था. I have published it and
Yes, yes.
directly open from there.
हाँ जी, वो मेरा मिस हो गया था मैम, एक्चुअली
अच्छा,
नेटवर्क इशू था उस
वो I
टाइम।
think it was not updated when I have updated the chart. It has given me the edit option, but it has not updated in the dashboard.
ओके ओके,
So if you want, I can again open that particular chart. So this was there.
Or you will get it into the recording. Yeah. So
So this is the app dot, even if you can use app.powerbi.com. So you can directly open it through the Gmail account as well.
ओके फ्रॉम
So I think
जीमेल।
Jyoti, you can try this by the Google, by the Gmail account if you get all the options for editing or for more visuals as well.
Ma'am,
But this is
I'm
again.
also trying with the Gmail account, but उससे भी
Okay.
लॉगिन नहीं हो रहा है।
अच्छा, चलो मैं आपको check करके I will tell you.
Okay,
There must be
ma'am.
some option. There must be some option.
तो मैम आज तो हमारी वर्कशॉप का लास्ट डे है, तो अगर हमें
हाँ,
कुछ हेल्प चाहिए
हम-
होगी तो आप हमारी हेल्प करेंगे ना बाद में?
Yes, yes, yes. So you are there in the group, na? We all are
Yeah,
there.
yes, I'm
Yes.
sure.
So you can anytime you can ask or you can call me. You have my number. So you can
Okay.
call me, WhatsApp me. No issues.
मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया था ना, क्योंकि मुझे जब तक चीजें आती नहीं मैं परेशान रहती हूँ उस चीज के लिए।
आपको परेशान नहीं होने देंगे हम.
ओके, थैंक यू मैम।
Hmm.
और जब भी आगे आपका डेटा साइंस या एआई का होगा तो प्लीज इन्फॉर्म मी।
Sure, sure.
ओके,
any other query, anyone, please, participants? Because we are winding up the our workshop, so the house is open for the feedback, for the queries, for any comment, anything you want to say for the university, for the resource person, anything. Please switch on your camera. We'll take one group photo as well, and please share your feedback.
Hello, good afternoon to one and all.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
I would like to say that Dr. Monica ma'am had done a wonderful job for the last 5 days. Very peaceful and in a very stoic manner. She has been looking through the Power BI segments. I felt that, you know, a slow pace of learning at the same time, very clear with whatever information she has to feed in. And I felt really happy, and I might have to look about the working part and look about some more data sets and other thing. I did look into amazing Mart and Kaggle. I just opened those set, but unfortunately, I also had some classes behind, so I was also caught in that fest. At kudos, ma'am. Thank you. Looking forward for more segments of such, you know, very peaceful way we had, you know, you're conducted. I say that the credit goes to Monica ma'am and the entire organizing team and MIT University to be, you know, I have really liked the sessions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Lights on कर दो.
Yeah. Anyone else want to say anything?
Yes, ma'am. I
Ma'am,
would like to give gratitude and thank you to Monica, ma'am. She has, I mean, done amazing session delivery. In spite of asking her again and again, she was never like, you know, we were always, we were in such a comfort zone that wherever we are stuck, whenever we are trying to apply or execute those tools, so without hesitation, you know, she had given that comfort zone to ask the query. So that was really very well executed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Miss Sonu, please. Yes.
मैं आपसे कहना चाह रही थी कि अभी जो सेशन मैंने लिया है इसमें मेरे को बहुत हेल्प मिलेगी, जो मैं आपसे चाह रही थी, जैसे कि मेरी आपसे फेस टू फेस मीटिंग भी हुई थी, तो फ्यूचर में भी मैं चाहूंगी मैम, जैसे ऐसे कोई भी आपकी वर्कशॉप्स आती है मैनेजमेंट से रिलेटेड, स्ट्रेटेजी से रिलेटेड, या जैसे कि मैम ने बताया कि टैबलू, पाइथन या डेटा साइंस से रिलेटेड, तो मैं उसको ज्वाइन हमेशा करना चाहूंगी. ठीक है, तो काइंडली वो मुझे शेयर कीजिए आप.
Definitely.
Nothing
So
gets
whenever
helpful
we
था हमारे लिए.
organize any FTP, any workshop, any MDP, we do share our pamphlets to, like, to the old groups as well. So don't worry about that.
Thank you.
If you're interested in any other like Tableau or any other software, so you will get information on that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So I will be sharing the attendance link and the feedback with you. Please stay connected, and if you want any paper or research paper to be articulated or to be checked or to be contributed, so please be connect with us. You know, we can help each other for forever, because we are a part of this particular workshop.
Yes, Dr. Asmat Era, please.
Asmat, so you are.
Yes, ma'am. Let me. Yeah, I have worked along with ma'am. Means online हमने काफी काम किया है on various conference, various FDPs and all. We were always be there in the organizing committee, but this is the first time that I have become your student and I have sat in your session. But unfortunately, because of Mumbai rain, I have to leave your 2 days ka session. So because of the traveling and train and all, but it was really always, ma'am, I would say that it will be the wonderful learning with you in whatever the platform. I'll be there with you, whether I will work along with you or whether I'll be on the opposite side of it. So it was always be the learning, ma'am. It is a really great job done, ma'am, and hats off to your peaceful and the calmness way of conducting the sessions. Really, that's one kind of the learning for me, and hats off to your patience as well. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. And please do also inform us whenever you do conduct such kind of the FDPs or MDPs and all. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, Amity, for conducting such kind of the wonderful MDP.
Thank you so much, everyone. And like being a teacher, we also learn from each of the participant. And as per your feedback, we organize our academic calendar and schedule our FTPs on the selected topic. So if you feel like that something is like coming up to your mind, or as per your requirement, you feel like that we should conduct FTP on these topics, then please do share this on the group, so that like for the coming academic session, we'll include our workshop on that particular topic as well. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Wonderful participants, wonderful resource person. And thank you so much. We look forward in our next FDPs also. Okay. So we are ending the session today, but yeah, dashboard case study is still left. So you will be getting certificate after submitting your case study on the dashboard. So Monica ma'am, which data set you will be giving to them?
I will give them a particular this thing. So I will be just sharing you. You can take a screenshot.
Tomorrow, I guess it's fine, or as per your convenience, like by Sunday or Monday morning at least. So yes.
Sorry,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
Yeah.
मैं
मैम
अभी-
जस्ट शेयर, सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट मैम, पहला वाला सिर्फ शेयर कीजिए ना, मैं इसका स्नैपशॉट लेके डालती हूँ।
हाँ, snapshot लेके just put it in.
पहला वाला जो फर्स्ट वन जो था ना, that I have
First
left.
एक ही है तेरे. This is the.
हाँ,
मैम
this
मेरी
one
आज रात की ट्रेन है और मैं 12 दिन ट्रेवल पे हूँ, तो it
So
is not
that's
possible,
okay.
ma'am.
Just create
It's
not the
okay.
exact one, maybe something like a
Because
dashboard.
that is
that,
for your
Actually,
practice.
मैंने वर्कशॉप के लिए अपना प्लान शेड्यूल किया था कि मैं उसके बाद जाऊंगी, वरना
So
मुझे पहले
workshop
ही
में
करना था।
still there is a time. That's why we ending the
Yeah.
session. Otherwise, it
So,
should be end at 4:30 or 4:45, right?
आफ्टर 6 मंथ में फैमिली के साथ जा रही हूँ, तो वहाँ पे बहुत मुश्किल होगा कि मैं थोड़ा सा
That's
पढ़ाई कर
okay.
पाऊँ।
That's okay. Please enjoy with your family. But like that's why we are ending the workshop. Like online, we are ending it here. But like we're giving you case study, because the scheduled time to end this session is at 4:30, right? So either we keep all of you online and you work on the case study. So better we thought that we just log off the session, and then you can work on your case study and then share your dashboard on the group, so that it would be convenient for you as well. All right. So
Ma'am, would you
yes.
please share the first slide जहाँ पे dashboard and all it was written over there?
यही है. This
यही
is the
है,
only
this is-
slide.
This
Yeah.
one only, this
Yeah.
one, this sort of only. Okay,
This only you have to do.
okay, fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
All
very
right.
much.
So I hope everybody enjoyed the session. Thank you so much. Monica ma'am, should we close the session?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So please, IT person, please. Thank you so
I'm
much,
just
IT
sharing the-
department.
थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू सो मच दोनों
Yeah.
को, आपकी पूरी टीम को।
Thank you.
एंड व्हेन वी रिसीव आवर सर्टिफिकेट्स आफ्टर सबमिटिंग?
Very soon. Yeah.
After the
very soon.
submission of after the submission of assignment.
Depends on your attendance and the
Okay. So
submission.
it's
So
not possible for Monday. Maybe after 2-3 days I'll continue doing this.
okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
So all the best to everyone.
All the best. Yeah.
Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Arvind,
Ma'am, thank you so much.
IT team, please sign out the session. Please close the session.